Hey everybody, I am Issa, and I am going to try to do a beading tutorial with my cell phone because my camera is not working. So I'm going to do what I can. Just bear with me, and I am going to grab my materials. Alright, so I'm back, and I'm going to show you the materials that we're going to be using for this project. So you'll need two different colors of delicas. These are both, I believe, 11-0s. These look like 11-0s. So two different colors of delicas. Need yourself some thread. I'm using a 10-pound Fireline white. Also, some round duos. Now, the only company that sells these, or where it's manufactured through, is through Potomac Bead Company. They're the company that created this bead. So it's a little round bead with two holes in them. Oops. Where'd you go? Okay. So you'll see there's two holes. Now make sure whatever beads, it's not focusing. There we go. Whatever beads you decide to use for your project, make sure both holes are open. I cannot tell you how many times I've used the round duos and I get through the project and I'm now on the second phase of the finishing up the project. I gotta use that second hole and they're blocked. Not a fun situation. So make sure you check them before you thread through it. I don't usually check them all beforehand. I usually check them as I'm going through the project. So as soon as I thread through one hole, I check the other. So sometimes I'll stick my needle in one of the holes and then I'll stick it in the other so I know for sure they're open. Okay, and then you're going to need yourself a beading needle. 10 or 11 size, even a 12 is preferred. So you can use one of those. And for this project, we're going to use, what are these called? Little pearls, or round bead. That's not a pearl, but it's a round bead. So that's the color I'm going to be using. As you notice, my choice of colors today are red, white, and blue. That's because I'm a veteran and Memorial Day is arriving here very shortly. So I figured why not do something in response to this holiday coming up. So, and of course 4th of July is right around the corner, so hey, let's get festive, right? Okay, so go ahead and for your thread, you're going to need about, I think about 3 yards to start off. And you may need a couple, I think 2-3 yards. So for advanced speeders, you have your way, your method of having that extra line on your thread. And for the beginners, I'd suggest you just start off with a little bit and then work your way adding the thread if you have to. But you don't want to add too much thread at a time in a project, otherwise you waste a lot more thread having to do knots. So 3 yards, and then you can add more later on. Okay, so let's get started. Get 3 yards of thread on your beading needle. Alright guys, sorry about that. I said 3 yards. It's about 1 yard and a foot. So if you want to go like 4 feet long, then that's pretty much what I'm looking at. So that should be good for this project. So about 1 yard and 18 inches. So about 4.5 feet long if you want to grab that. And let's get started on our yarn, on our needle. Okay, so I also want to remind you guys, don't forget your clasp. You need a clasp. So I'm going to be using a cut button from Potomac Bead Company. I love their cut buttons. If my camera will focus. Focus, focus. Okay, so yeah, cut button is going to be used for my clasp. And now the outside delica beads that you're going to use, you can go ahead and put that to the side for now because you're not going to be needing those until the second phase of this project, okay? So go ahead and throw that out of your way and lay out your inner part of the project's delica beads. Alright, I turned off the autofocus. I was like, what's going on? Okay, so this is going to be a basic of a flat spiral stitch. So if you don't know anything about flat spiral stitch and my video is too confusing, that's fine. You can look at different videos on the YouTube. There are so many on flat spiral stitch. Okay, so to start, we're going to go ahead and pick up 2 beads, the 2 center beads first. So I'm using the blue round beads. Now you're going to bring that down to the bottom. Hold on. Let's leave about, I usually like to leave quite a bit, because what I do is I go through my projects with this project. Since there's a round duo, I'm gonna have to be threading some more at the end. So I like to leave at least about 1.5 to 2 feet at the end. Okay, because I still gotta put the clasp on that end also. Okay, so I'll show you what we're gonna do here. So with your Delica beads, you're going to pick up, okay, so I had to figure it out. I'm using Delica beads, which I haven't used before. So, alright, so we got our 2 beads, 2 round beads on our thread, and we're going to pick up 7 Delicas. 1, 2. Now this isn't my bead mat. I actually don't have one. I use this as a on the go. I'm a Californian, and it's just life is always on the go, 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 go. When I served in the military, people used to ask, "What's up with Californians? You're always on the go, 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 go." I know. Life is fast out here. Okay, so after you have your 7 Delicas, let me make sure I have 7. Okay, you're gonna slide on your round duo. Now remember to check both holes. I will never forget. After my mistake. Oh, so 2 holes are open, and slide that down. You don't have to worry about bringing it down just yet. Just put it on your line, on your thread. And then you're going to pick up 7 more Delicas. 2, 3. What just happened? But my camera just stopped recording, so I must have it on a limit. Okay, so I added my 7 other Delicas at the end. So I have the 2 round beads, 7 Delicas, 1 round duo, and 7 more Delicas. Okay, so now I'm going to take the thread, the needle, and thread it right back up the bottom of those 2 beads. So I know I'm off screen, just give me a second. Okay, where are we at? So take your needle and thread it back up through the bottom of those 2 beads. Okay, remember to leave that tail about 2 feet. About 2 feet, give or take, it's up to you, but at least, you know, somewhere around 2 feet, 24 inches. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of loose right now, don't worry about that. It's going to tighten up like this. Okay, now let that just chill that for a little while. Now you're going to go back over here, and you're going to pick up 7 more Delica beads. So for this project, the number of white Delicas in my case is going to be 7. Always. It's not going to change through this center process of the bracelet. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I got my 7 Delica beads once again. And grab one of your round duos. Check both holes. I always laugh and I'll never forget, that's all. Okay, so slide that on, and we're going to go back to the delicas and 7 more delicas. Okay, so 7 delicas, slide that, and bring that down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to thread through the bottom once again. So up through the bottom. Now make sure you don't turn your project around anymore. Like, you know, when you first started this, it didn't matter which direction you were in, but now you have to make sure you stay to one side. So whatever is your front side, the part that's facing you, make sure you keep it that way, because if you don't, you will mess up this project. It will get mixed up, confused, backwards, and it will not look very pretty. It will look very backwards, mixed up. Okay, if the camera will focus. Where are you? Okay, well, whenever the camera decides to focus. Don't worry about these things moving around. Everything's going to flatten out at the end of the project, okay? So now what we're going to do, now that we have this on our thread, we're going to make sure that stays open. Grab another round bead. So in this case for me, it's the blue. So I'm going to slide that blue down. And we're going to go back to the seed beads. In my case, I'm going to add these white 11-0 delicate seed beads. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I think I lost one. 7. Okay, slide those down. Not worrying about bringing it all the way down right now. Grab another super duo. Round duo. Make sure both of your holes are open. So I thread through one and then I'll thread through the other. Or you can just look at it and you see that both of them are open. For this case, the white ones and some of the other colors are easy just to spot them, just to take them and look, and you can see pretty clearly that they're open. But the darker round duos are a little bit more difficult to see all the way through. I don't know, it could just be me. So it's however you want to decide to check the holes are open. Just can't say I didn't warn you in case you make that mistake. I did. Ugh. 2 or 3 times. I'm like, come on, get it together. I should know better already. Okay, so again, we're back to our seed beads. In this case, my white ones. And I'm adding 7. 4, 5, oh no, I'm back to 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, slide that down. Oh, where are we going? Where? Oh no, where are we going? We're going off screen. Okay, just a second. There we go. Oh, so, okay, now what we're going to do, for beginners, I'm going to make this a little bit simple. Since this is probably going to be my first tutorial on YouTube, even though I have made so many videos, I just don't make it to where, I don't know, a lot of videos are facing this way, and I just don't know how to turn it around, so, ouch, I just pricked myself. So, I'm going to be using the cell phone for right now until I figure it all out. Okay, so on the second bead, so you're always going to now, from here on out, when you get to this point where you have the this new bead that's going to be on, and then you have another bead below it, you're going to thread through that bead. Make sure you only make sure you're only threading through the bead and not the delicas. Because if you thread through the delicas, then it starts to twist up and get all messy. Okay? And then thread through the other bead. So you're only going to thread through those center beads, the round beads. Okay? Again, make sure you decide which way is going to be front and which one's going to be back. You should have already decided that. Make sure you keep it up. Don't turn it. Okay? And now pinch it, hold it, and pull that thread through. Okay? So this should fall right over, which it did. Where are we at? See? Okay, now that's turning around. If I turn around, I'm going to mess it up. I have to stay on top. Okay? Okay, you see that? Looks a little big, huh? Did I add more beads than I'm supposed to? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, what you can do if you don't like the space in between, you can add less beads. Or what you can do is add larger beads. I have already another tutorial I'm going to add. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you use other size beads for this project and not delicas, and show you the different effects it has. Okay. All right. So now we're going to pick up how many? 7 of these, and then 1 of those, and then we're going to add 7 more of these. And then we're going to thread through this bead here and this bead. Always the last 2 beads, the center bead. Okay? So I'll do this with you on screen, and then what you're going to do is you're going to finish the length of the bracelet that you so desire. Okay? So you're going to minus an inch. So if you can add, I don't know, 12 of these. Maybe good for a regular size wrist. I'm not sure. I have a really large wrist, so I don't know. I don't think 12 may fit me, but I don't know. We'll find out at the end of this. Okay, so let's do this part together, and then off screen, you guys go ahead and this orange. Then you guys can go ahead and finish the rest of it off camera. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You can definitely hear I am a rookie at this. Oh man, I think children are always better at it, it's just more natural. I think as adults, we think too much, and I'm a Cancer, so do I talk too much? Yes, I know. But some people may actually like that instead of the awkward quietness. I don't know. 2, we're adding 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so where are we going to thread through? Those last 2 blue beads. So pick up your project. Always make sure you keep it organized. Don't twist and turn it. Because look, I want you to see something. See how this overlaps? If I was to turn it around and thread it this way, then I'm going to have one side this way and the other side on this side. It won't look right. That's the wrong way. So always keep your flaps upwards. Okay? So here we go. We're going to thread through the last 2 beads that I threaded on. Okay, so I put my needle through those two blue beads, and I'm going to pull through. Right now, while I'm pulling through, I don't really have to hold it like a grip tight, but if you need to, go for it. Or you can just kind of pull it, and then eventually, like right now, you just saw me turn this around, make sure it's in the right path, and pull it tight. Okay. Make sure also, forgot to mention, when you put on the round duos, obviously it doesn't matter what side you choose because it's going to stay in that, you know, it's not going to matter what side you thread through. However, sometimes it will get twisted. Like a minute ago, this side was twisted underneath. Just kind of pull it out. You know, it's not really going to get stuck, not like some of the other beads I've used. So, okay, and just pull it taut. You don't have to really like death grip tight it. Okay. All right. So the next step you're going to do is you're going to thread one of these, 7 of the delicas, thread a round duo on there, 7 more of these, and then you're going to thread through the last 2 beads. So this will be on the thread, and this bead's already on the thread. So you will thread through this one, and then you will create a round loop like the way this one is already. Okay, remember, keep your project straight. If you twist it around, it's going to have all these weird laps in there. So these should overlap nicely. That one's in the back, this one's on top. The next one will be on top, this one will be on the back, and so forth. Okay? All right, come back to me when you have your length of bracelet minus 1 inch. Just cut off for some reason. So I got about 6 or 7 inches on the end. I'm not quite finished with the length of my bracelet, but the great thing about flat spiral stitch is that you can come back around and you can add more from the bottom. Now, see how this is the top on this side? When you turn it around, you take your needle off the other end and you start, you continue on from this other side. You have to now treat this as your top side. Because see how the laps are going this way? You want to keep it in the pattern. Okay? So for right now, I'm going to show you how to put the clasp on this end. And then when we get to this side, when I get to the length of, I'm just going to add 2 more beads, 2 more, probably like 1 more chain here on the other side. And then once you can hear my mom's dogs drinking water. Once I get to about there, I will show you how to continue on with the clasp and adding the outer edge. Okay, so we're going to add 13 seed beads, in this case delicas, and then we're going to thread on our bead cut button, and then we're going to add 3 more beads, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So put 13 on your line, on your needle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, bring down the 13. Whoop. Forgot we're a little tight right here. And thread on your button. And now we're going to put 3 of those seed beads on our needle. 3, 1, 2, 3. You can also, if this bead was small enough, you can add it here. Or you can just have thread here and then add a Rivoli, a 10mm Rivoli from Potomac Bead Company, and glue it in there, and you can do that. But since I don't have any crystals in this project, I don't think a crystal will look very nice in there, so I'm just going to add 3 seed beads. And now what I'm going to do is thread back, I'm going to thread through this other hole here. Okay, see how that kind of pops? A little nice, decorative, simple. And now we're going to add 13 more seed beads on this thread. One, two, three, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now we're going to take the needle and we're going to sew back through the blue or your center bead. So in this case, it's working better on the other side. Okay. Okay, don't worry about it being too flimsy and floppy right now. We're gonna add some more beads later on. Okay, now with this thread sticking out, I actually want it to be on the other side, the up side. So I'm gonna just slide that needle through. Okay, where are we at? Sorry about this. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so see these seed beads right here next to the thread? Focus. These beads here underneath the round duo right here. I'm going to needle up on those. So let me slide my needle through there and I'll show you. Okay, so waiting for the camera to focus. So slide your needle up those 7 seed beads. And then I saw this on another video and I thought, oh, that's so much better. So you're going to do a double knot. And there's one way you can do it. Hold on. Sorry about this. This camera is not focusing for whatever reason. Maybe I'm too close. Okay. You guys can see that? So put your needle in the area of where you want that knot. So I'm going to have my knot right there. Take your thread and go around the needle twice. And pull. Now don't pull just so tight right now. You want to make sure that that little loop where you want your knot to be is in the right spot. And then tighten down. So I want my knot between the round duo and the delicas. Now that they're right where I want them, I can go ahead and get a grip on my thread and pull. It tightens it up. Okay, now what I want to do is I need to bring that knot through this bead. So with that said, I'm going to sew through that round duo and up those 7 seed beads. Didn't quite get all 7 of them yet. I guess I gotta do it in 2 steps. All right. Okay, and pull tight. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to do much with this thread at this time. I am going to still use this thread because there's still a way for me to thread through here and do another knot here, like right in between this side, and then thread through and pull, and this way it'll hide the knot in one of those delicas, and then cut and glue or burn it down. Okay, so for now, because I don't have much battery left, so it's going to get to what we really need to get to. So now I'm going to come back to this other side. Remember I was telling you what was the back side will now be the up side. So this will now be the front side. So I'm going to thread my needle onto this thread, and I'm going to do just what I did for the length of this bracelet. I'm going to add 2 more. I have 2 more of those beads. Actually, I have more, but I don't need to add more. So I'm going to add 2 more beads, and I will be back to show you how to add the loop, the hole for the clasp, and then I will show you the rest of the project, how to end it. Okay? And I'm back. And I'm back with some allergies. Woo, my nose is tickling. Okay, so it got the length of the bracelet that I want. And now I'm at the end. So now I'm going to add the same color delicas. I'm going to add 32. Ooh, had to go off camera and make a sneeze. Alright, so we got 32 beads. Let's get these on there. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 2 more. Aha. Okay. Alright. Bring those down. I think that's big enough. I think it's 32 I usually use. Let's see. And we're going to thread back down those 2 beads. I like to thread down the back side because the needle comes right out. Needle comes right out. Okay, so got that. Before I go all crazy and stitch everywhere else, I'm going to make sure that my button will make it through here. I think it is 32 that I use. Yep. 32 is perfect. So use 32 delica beads or even any 11 OC beads. It was 32. Okay, so I'm coming up the back, but I'm going to slide my needle. Where are we at? I'm going to slide my needle through that window so that I can get to the other side of this project. Okay, here I am, the front side. Okay, so I'm going to open up that flap. See how it's closing? Open it. Okay, I'm going to open that flap. Now, just like the other side that I did, I'm going to stitch up. I'm gonna bring my needle up here, do that knot that I showed you. So let's do this. Okay, I'm off frame, but you know what I'm doing, right? I'm going up those beads, those 7 beads. I will show you in a second here. So go up those 7 beads, slide your needle through. I am getting all twisted here. It's lunchtime, I need to eat. Alright, there we are. And then, remember how we had our needle here? And then take your thread. Actually, it doesn't matter. The needle's going to move anyways. So don't worry, because you're not going to pull tight anyways. You can do 2 or 3. Okay, and then pull it, but make sure you do not tighten it up until you move the knot, or the thread, to where you want that knot. So make sure it's in the right place, or you're going to have a mess. You're going to have your thread's going to be seen. Okay, it's a little loose, but don't worry, it's going to tighten all up because we got more to do here. Okay, so now I'm going to thread up those 7 beads on the other side. Yeah, I got it in one pass this time. Okay, you guys see that? So thread up those 7 beads, pull your thread, pull it nice and tight. Not too tight, but enough to where it's going to pop through. Okay, now at this point, we could either, because we got 2 things we have to do here. We have to strengthen this end, so we can either start adding other beads to the outside to make it like a peyote stitch, or we can just rethread through and just make it 1 loop. I like the peyote stitch because it gives it more, gives it a little bit more of a decorative look, and it makes it look stronger, even though it's the same. It's 3 thread. Eventually we're gonna have 3 threads in this to strengthen it. So it's up to you if you want to do this part first, or if you want to begin the next phase of adding seed beads along the side. So since I'm making this video, I don't look like I have a whole lot more thread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and strengthen this loop here, and then pass my needle. Either I'm going to pass it through here, or I might just cut off the end and then I need to add more thread so that I can show you the next stage. Okay, so I'm showing you all these little things here of what I have to do, because a lot of times, like the people that have been beading for a while, they're so good at what they do that they kind of edit all this extra stuff out. And so me as a beginner, I'm kind of like sharing these things with everybody, and so that you're, when you get lost or you get confused or you get stuck, maybe I have it on a video where you can help yourself by watching my ideas or mistakes. So hopefully my videos will come in handy for someone or some people. Okay, so I have to decide if I'm going to add a peyote or if I'm just going to thread it to make it stronger. Now, if I do peyote on this end, I'm going to want to do peyote on this end, because then it's going to look funny if this isn't peyote. So honestly, I think I'm just going to strengthen it. I'm just going to thread it here 2-3 times. So 2 more times will make it 3. So I'm going to pass my thread through, up and around, and then I have to go down to come back up, and then around, and then down this side, and then back through the center and back around. And I should have enough thread to sew all the way through here come out and tie a knot on this end to strengthen this. But also too, remember, this is not strengthened but only one time. So we also have to thread it through here 2 more times. So I can thread 1 more time with this thread because it's long enough, and then 1 more time with this thread, and then tie a knot, and it'll be perfect. So I will be back and I will show you along the way the little steps that may be a little confusing for you guys. Okay, real quick. So see how the thread is coming out? It is coming out on the other side, on this side. So what I'm going to do, and it's already coming through through the top, I'm going to loop, I'm going to go ahead and sew my thread through these beads around and down through these 2 beads, and I will be back. Okay, so I'm coming out of these 2 beads, like I said. So now the first round that I went through, this is the second stitch in here, it was coming out on this side. So now I know I need to go up on the opposite side of this side, because this has already got a thread that comes up through the loop. So I'm going to thread through this side, and then on the opposite of the loop. So I'm going to go this way, and then I should come back down. That will be 3. So then I can go down through here. Okay. So again, I already had 1 loop to start with. And now the second thread was coming out this way. So I came across on this loop here and around. And now I went through the center beads. Now I need to go up this side bead, these sides, this side, and then go back through the opposite way, and then through the center again. Alright, so now I'm going to pass my needle. I'm already right here, the third loop. Why is my camera? Alright, so I'm going to pass my thread all the way through the beads. My thread is actually a little short now, so once I get to this other side, I'm going to knot it and hide this thread. I'll be able to loop it through here 1 time, and then I will add an additional thread, and then when I add that thread, I have to go through these beads at least 1 more time, which gives me a great opportunity to strengthen it and at the same time really hold that new thread into the project so it doesn't go anywhere. And then I will show you how to finish off this project. Okay, friends, we're back. Okay, or I'm back. So now I had to add some thread. So you're going to be coming out, hold on, let's see, here we are. You would have been coming out, I want you to be coming out of the second bead, the second middle bead. When you do that, you're going to thread up those 7 seed beads on the side, like we did before. And then you're going to also do that knot. Remember, you put your thread around the needle and then you pull it through. Okay? Now we're going to sew through the round duo. Once we can get through there. Okay. So sew through that round duo. Now the fun is going to begin. Woohoo! Okay, get your other color of the seed beads for the project. Ow, just got myself. And we'll be on our way to the end of this project. Alright, I'm going to put this on pause and put away those because I'm not going to use that for the extra peyote stitch that I thought I may do, and I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to put away the rest. So put away the rest of your beads except for the other color that you're going to pull out, and have some of those ready. I don't know if this red is going to make the bracelet or kill the bracelet. I really like the way that this bracelet looks. It could look like a holiday bracelet if I added like a different seed bead in between the round duos. Okay, so to start off, untangle first. Let's untangle, untwist. Okay, so here we are coming out of the first hole of the round duo. Now we need to add 2 seed beads so that we can come around and slide through the outside hole of the round duo. Okay, so pick up 2 pick up 2 of your seed beads and stitch through that hole. Okay, now we are going to add hold on. Okay, so I had to figure it out. These delicas are a little bit different of a size than I think I knew. They're 11 though. So anyway, so you're gonna thread in 4 between this space, 4 delicas. Okay, really simple, real easy. Just put 4 on your thread and thread through the other hole. So if I can untangle here. Alright, so we're coming out of that hole. I'm going to add 4 beads. If you find that your bracelet starts to buckle, then you want to use less beads on the outside, so you can add 3 instead of 4. So, but if your thread starts to show, you want to do 1 more bead. Okay. So that's simple. Just add 4 beads, thread it through, 4 beads, thread it through. Okay, and I will be back when I'm done threading. Okay guys, I think that 4 is too many seed beads in between. I find that it's going to start buckling, so I'm going to pull them out and I'm just going to add 3 in between. Okay, it's coming together. It looks so good. Alright, so just remember when we get to the end, we're going to add 2 of those beads. Okay, right here. I was afraid that this red was going to overkill it because it looked so beautiful by itself with the blue and the white. But so far, it looks great. Okay, so then we're going to thread back down and we're going to go down those 7 seed beads right here. These 7 here. My camera, there we go. So I'm going to thread through the first hole and thread through those beads. I'm going to come through these 2 and then through these 7 beads, and I'm going to come, and my thread will be coming out right here. I also wanted to say, do not pull too tight before you thread through that first hole of the round duo, because what happens is if you do that, it starts to buckle, it starts to pull in this way. So just leave it loose, and then once you thread through that first round duo hole and you come down to the bottom of that those 7 beads, then you can pull it and it'll pull it in just enough. It will not over tighten it. So as you see, it's not buckled, it's nice, and it's coming together really nice. These look like little clouds. Alright, so, okay, I'm going to come back when I'm out of that first round duo on the other side. Okay, so I'm actually not coming out the round duo, I meant to say in between the 7 seed beads and the round duo, the first hole. So I'm going to pull this thread through, and I'm going to add those 2 delicas and thread my needle through the second hole. Okay, and then add my 3 beads all the way down. Do not pull, do not tighten it, just thread the beads, that's it. Okay, or else you're going to get it buckled. We don't want it to buckle up, or else it won't be smooth. Okay. Oh my goodness, it always happens. Ah, you guys see what I did? Oh my god. So pay attention, don't do what I did. Yeah, I missed that second hole and I went into the first. Bummer. You know what? I'm going to take this thread out and... Oh wait, I think I knotted it. Oh, I hope I didn't. If I didn't knot it, I can come all the way back out and redo it. Oh boy. Okay, so pay attention, right? Oh, okay. I so lucked out. So I did not knot. Thank goodness. Because I do like to sell my jewelry. Sometimes people buy it off me, actually. It's kind of funny. So, gosh darn it. Pay attention. I'm actually trying to hurry before my mom gets home. So, no excuse. Pay attention or you're going to ruin your art. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. So here I am, and I'm going to fix my problem. Okay, so let's meet again when I get to where I need to be. Oh my goodness, I thought I was recording. Oh god, I was saying thank goodness I don't even know if I got that on camera. I was saying good thing I didn't knot it through because I do like to sell my jewelry, and actually I do wear, sometimes I wear my jewelry and people buy it off of me. So I do like to have it, you know, at least, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. I try to let it be kind of close. All right, so pay attention. Don't let your thoughts get the best of you. I'm trying to hurry up before my mom gets home. This is her house, and I'm using her wonderful table, and the light is just perfect. Event. You know, you add your 2 at the end on the top after you come on the other side, and you're going to be coming down the 7 beads and then thread up those 2 center beads here. And what you're going to do is you're going to thread your line every so couple of beads here. Where are we at? Sorry, it gets blurry. So bead up a few beads on the side, do that knot that I showed you, bead a little bit more, do the knot, come out, come through those 3 beads, come back down, knot a couple times throughout this other side, and then when you come out the bottom, through, you know, on top where this blue bead is at, and you're coming out from this top, then you should be done. You should, you know, have a knot up here somewhere, and then when you pull it through, you just cut off the excess thread. You can burn it down, or you can add some glue, and then your bracelet will be done. I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Complete! It looks really nice. Let's take this. Look at that. Beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and give me a thumbs up please, and subscribe to my channel for more videos if you're interested in anything that you obviously don't see on my channel because I'm just starting. Give me, you know, a comment of what would you be interested in seeing as far as the beading tutorials. You know, maybe something different than you've seen. You've never seen anybody. I love to do unique, different things. So maybe you have an idea that you have yet to see anybody make. Particular item, design or something. And yeah, I'm more than open to trying new things. So if you give me a challenge, I will try my best to accomplish it. So thank you for watching. Enjoy. And this, we will call this the memorial bracelet. Fits perfect. I love it. It's just so beautiful. Ta-da! Happy Memorial Day.